What's up? Welcome back. Today we're going to cover open houses and how to do that in a door-to-door style to have the greatest return on your investment. Trust me, no one does open houses like this. I've watched YouTube videos, listened and called and talked to and got advice from top producers in the Mike Ferry industry, in the Tom Ferry industry, all over the nation. No one does an open house like this. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me after this. I offer a free 10-minute consultation. My business partner, Dwayne Richens, does as well. You can call us. We will walk you through this. You can shoot me a text at 702-525-5766. I'll put that below. Feel free to take as many notes. Again, if you've watched my other videos, I really want this to be a classroom setting where you and I can learn together, where we can raise all of our expertise at the same time. Again, I've been to the Mike Ferry productions. I've been to the Tom Ferry retreats. I've been to probably hundreds of seminars in door-to-door nationwide. And this approach for an open house is going to be an accumulation of all of that. Every time I've done an open house this way, I've never had less than 4 qualified either buyers that are ready to go or picked up 1 or 2 listings from this style. Now, before we dive into this, when you think open house, what is the most standard, typical way to do an open house? Most realtors are going to put balloons out front. They're going to go a couple days before, canvass the area. They're going to hand out flyers. They're going to open up the door. They're going to probably cater it. I've seen people do food trucks. I've seen all sorts of ways. But at the end of the day, you're just sitting in the house. There's not much productivity or much aggressive, proactive lead generation happening. You're going to sit on the couch. You're going to wait and wait and wait. And hopefully somebody comes in. Does that sound familiar? Have you done this? If so, comment below. Yes, you have. Because honestly, this is how open houses are taught. You provide dessert, pastries, food, you leave it out. Maybe you get 1 or 2 people, and that's kind of it. I've done that. I was trained when I first got into real estate to do open houses this way, and I hated them until I figured out a way to do this that was a lot more effective. And honestly, this is probably the quickest way for you to get a return on your time. So let's dive into this. What are the specific ways that I push an open house on my listings, on other people's listings, so that I can gather as many free leads as possible? Number 1, I want you to write down, prepare the area. There's 2 things that you're going to prepare. You're going to prepare the house and you're going to prepare the area. Now, I have a partnership with Dope Marketing. They're partnering with Sales Rabbit. I will canvas the area through an 8x8 campaign. That way, everybody knows who I am. They have a small taste of the house that's coming, but I'm not going to bank on that. Most realtors stop right there. They'll send out a campaign. They cross their fingers. They open up the open house and they hope that it sells. The reason this is part of my process is because there was a study done of realtors that really wanted to figure out if top producing realtors are really the ones that people choose when they go to sell their house. So what did? They campaigned a neighborhood. They asked everybody, who's the top realtor? Who's the top realtor? Who's the top realtor? And yet at the end of the day, there was no clear choice on who that top realtor was. So they went and made a fake realtor, a fake license, a fake profile, and they sent an 8x8 campaign. So for 8 weeks, they sent out postcards to all the neighbors. And then they went back and they asked everybody who was the top realtor. Sure enough, they said the fake agent that didn't even exist. So when doing an open house, the idea is to make sure your face is present for the next couple weeks in that neighborhood. It'll cost you a couple $100, but again, I want them to know who I am so that when I come knock, I already have a foot in the door. And then when I come back, They're constantly thinking of Jeremy with EXP, Jeremy with EXP. So number one, I'm going to canvas that area for probably 4 to 5 weeks, leading up to it, while it's listed, and then after it gets sold. Okay. Preparation number two, prep the house. You want people when they walk in to have a good experience. You want to have good smells. You want to have good experiences, good feelings. You don't want it to be cluttered. Make sure the house is clean. If there's light bulbs that are missing, change those. If you need to have some paint done, paint it. But that first shot coming through a home is all you're going to get when you take your clients through that open house. So make sure that you prepare the home. You can go on Amazon. There's these scents that I like to use that you can place throughout the house that are all timed properly. Don't get something overwhelming. Get something nice, a lavender, something that smells good when they come home, but it's not overwhelming. Okay, that's the prep. Now what you're going to do, you want to write down, I'm going to get signs and balloons. Every open house, you want to strategically place 5 to 6 signs on the streets where they're getting the most traffic. If there's a main street over here, I want to put a sign there so they come in here. I want a sign here so they come in here. If there's a main street up here, I'm going to put a sign here so they come in here. Another sign here so they come in here. You want to pull the traffic from the main areas to your home. And then in front of the home, have an open house sign that has balloons that are going up really tall, that are big, so people know that that's their open house. Okay, so that's part of the preparation. You're going to do your dope marketing. You're going to do a campaign. You're going to make sure the house is ready. You're going to put out signs. You're going to put out balloons. Now, this part is where I'm different. This is where our coaching clients are having massive success by doing open houses this way. No one is doing it this way on YouTube. No one is doing this in the coaching world because, honestly, no one has knocked doors like my business partner, Dwayne, or myself for 15 plus years all over the nation. No one is as aggressive, as proactive in hunting down buyers for open houses. So here's where it changes. Draw a line through your paper that this is where it's different. I'm not going to sit in the house. I'm not going to have desserts, pastries, food truck. I'm not going to step foot in that home. I'm going to have the lights on. I'm going to make sure the scents are going throughout the home. I'm going to make sure there's a warm plate of cookies in the kitchen for the smells. And then I'm going to lock the door, put the key in the lockbox, and I have a sign that goes on the door with a picture of the home put together on canvas. I'm going to put my face there. You can copy and make a sticker of yourself and put it on there. DM me or write in the comments poster, and I will show you an example of that and send it to you. But then on the note, it's going to say, welcome to our open house. If you are unrepresented and do not have an agent, text me at this number or call me. I am out prospecting for buyers. I will come right back and give you a tour of this home. If you are represented, call your agent, get them off their behind, out of the office, and they should be there with you. What the heck is going on? The key is in the lockbox. Obviously, I'm not going to say it to that extent. If they have an agent, I shouldn't have to walk them through their home. That's their agent's job. If they're unrepresented, I will gladly come back. And what happens is when you come back, not only do you have their right number because they texted or called you, you've already made contact with them, but you come back sweating, your face is red, and the instant rapport of, wow, this agent hustles. This agent grinds. That impression overwhelms them, and you'll snag them almost every single time. And the beauty of that is you have their real number. How many agents, when they do an open house, they have a sheet to write down their info, and you're like, oh, 7 or 6 people, 8 people wrote down their info, and the next day you go to call it, and they're all made up. That happens all the time. So this is a guaranteed way to get their actual information. You go back, they're unrepresented, and now you can give them a beautiful tour of the home. When they leave, you stay in contact with them. If they didn't love the home, here's another thing that I do that will separate yourself and make your open house experience more successful. 3 hours after my open house window, let's say it's from 11 to 2, I'm going to leave open on my schedule. I'm going to know all the competitive homes to that open house. in the area. So they don't like the home as they're walking through the home with me on the tour. I'm going to say, you know what? It doesn't seem like this house really meets your needs, but come take a look at this. I'm going to open up my laptop and we're going to look at all the competitive homes. I'm going to show them on the MLS, the price, the square footage, the rooms, the bathrooms, the backyard, and I'm going to go through each one. What about this one? What about this one? What about this one? Ooh, I love that one. Great. I have it scheduled for 2:30. Let's go see it together. I'll call real quick and make sure it's available, and then I'll shoot you a text. So now they're essentially my buyer. I'm going to now work with them. So not only do you get their actual information, you show them that you're aggressive, that you're proactive, that you are available, you want to work with them. And so now for the next 2 or 3 hours after my open house, I can then go take these guys and I can go on all these showing appointments for my entire afternoon. Tell me there's another way where you can put in very little work and get that type of a return. You can't, but why are agents not doing this? It's because A, B, C, D, those that have been in the real estate industry for so long have been taught to do open houses one way. And everybody does it that way. Don't do it that way. Do it this way. Now, when they leave, what am I going to do? I'm going to go out and prospect and knock the entire neighborhood. This is Jeremy with EXP. Sorry to bug you. I'm the one, come here, and I'll signal them to come out. I'm the one that's doing the open house with the red balloons. I want them to come look at the red balloons. It's Mary and Joseph's home. It's a beautiful 4-bed, 2-bath, 1,800 square feet. It has a great backyard. I'm going to have a video of the home, and I'm going to turn and I'm going to show them the home. My video walkthrough, I'm going to speed walk through the video, and I'm going to say, I'm just curious. I only have it open for 3 hours. Who do you know that we can call that's looking to move into the area? They're usually going to say, no one. But that's okay because you expect that. So now the next step is you're going to prime them, meaning you're going to tell their mind what to think. Now tell me, Mr. Prospect or Mrs. Prospect, what about family, friends? See how I'm doing this very slow? There's pauses. Family, friends, coworkers, neighbors. No, there's just no one. Prime them again. Do this 3 or 4 times. What about people at church? What about people in your community, a rec center? Just keep making stuff up until they tell you, oh, well, I know someone in my community that's looking to stop renting to buy their first home. Perfect. Go get your phone real quick, shoot them a text or call them. Let's see if I can get them in while I have the keys for the home for the next 2 hours. And this is what I'm going to do with every homeowner in that neighborhood. I'm going to push, aggressively spot knock the area for buyers for that home. I'm going to load up my database of people that they know that I can go work with. Now, at the end of that conversation, I'm going to say, well, look, while I have you, the real estate market's pretty crazy. Have you thought about buying, selling, or investing in real estate? And then I'm going to go into my question-based selling, ask them how long they've lived there, if they were to move, where they would go, how they like the area. Has anyone ever given them like an appraisal or a home evaluation on their home? And see if I can snag that listing. I've had countless experiences where I'll bring someone out of their home, we'll go walk through the home, they'll love it or they won't. I'll show them all the other homes on the MLS. We'll go look at the home. They'll fall in love with it. We'll write a contract. It'll get accepted. And then we list their home. You see how this works? Don't go sit in a home for an open house. Don't go waste your time. Prep the area. Put out your signs. Run your marketing campaign so when they open the door, they recognize your face. Put a sign on the door. Tell all the unrepresented buyers to text or call you and you'll come back. Provide your value by what you look like when you come back. You're sweating, you're exhausted, you have the right contact information, you gave them a great walkthrough of the home, you allow in your schedule 2 or 3 hours to go show them other homes, you know the competitive homes to that home on the market, go show them after your open house, and then go knock through the neighborhood and try to pull as many people in as you can. Hey, Jeremy with EXP, sorry to bug you. Come here real quick. I'm the one that's doing the open house. The red balloons, Mary and Joseph. It's a 4-bed, 2-bath, 1,800 square feet, listed for $490,000. It has a great backyard. Let me show you real quick. I pull out my phone, I walk them through the video. Who do you know that's looking to move into the area? No one? Gotcha. What about family, friends? Look at my face. Neighbors, people in your church? No one? Okay. What about like people where you used to live, cousins? I'm going to keep priming them, keep pushing them. And then by the end of this 2 or 3 hour experience, I have 4 or 5 buyers in that price range ready to go that are unrepresented, that loved how I worked with them. And then I might have 1 or 2 listing appointments out of it. So I have 6, 7 potential deals out of a 3 hour window. If you do this on a weekly basis, there's literally no reason you can't get 4, 5, or 6 deals that cost you no money from simply doing an open house in a proactive, aggressive approach and a door knocking mindset. If you've ever had the idea or thought of how to do an effective open house, this is the way to do it. Now, do the other ways work at the higher price points? Yes. The catering, inviting the neighborhoods to like the bigger, more expensive homes, yes, that works. But anything up to about $1 million, 1.2, this is the way to proactively go and hunt down buyers and new listings by doing an open house. If you found this video helpful, if you found it interesting or it intrigued you, or you want to see what my flyer looks like on the door, or you want to call me for a 10-minute consultation to pick my brain, do it. I want to help you. My business partner, Dwayne Richens, we want to help you. At the end of January in Salt Lake City, we're doing a mastermind group. It's a 2-day event on a Saturday through a Sunday. We rented this massive 10,000 square foot home. We're gonna cap it at 20 agents. We're gonna have guest speakers. We're gonna have Sales Rabbit come and talk. We're gonna have Dope Marketing. We're gonna have our media company come and talk to us. We want to elevate your real estate career. We want to talk about things like this from a different perspective. This is how I sold 75 homes my first year. This is how my business partner sold 89 homes his first year. This is how we've been able to have an immense amount of volume on repeat out of the gate. Please reach out, shoot me an email, jeremy.reald2dcoaching@gmail.com. You can call me or text me, 702-525-5766. And again, guys, I hope you took a ton of notes. If you have any questions, again, reach out to me. Thanks so much for watching this video. And again, please like and share or subscribe, turn on the notifications so that anytime a video comes out, you can get a little bit more of a different perspective from a door knocker on real estate.